Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com. So, this is a series I've been doing for a while now. There's been a 6-month gap at this point between the last video and today's, give or take. And what it's about, I'm just going to preface this so that you have an idea of what I'm talking about if you didn't watch the previous videos. I have a friend, Rich, who hadn't really played video games much since the Sega Genesis. That was the last thing he owned. He then hadn't really played much, and then up until recently, about 6 months ago, my brother had a 360 I had given him, and my brother didn't want it anymore, so he had given it to Rich. So now I made Rich write down and tell me what his thoughts are on jumping in such a big time span from, one generation of gaming to this other, and what he feels, and what he doesn't like and what he does like. So he kind of briefly summarizes it in the beginning of this, so I'm going to just read what he wrote down. This is the most recent thing he had told me the other day. So, here we go. I have now been playing Xbox 360 on again, off again for 7 months. I don't remember what I last wrote, so I'm just going to summarize the last several months. Over the summer, I beat Red Dead Redemption for the first time. I did not like the ending at all. The first 3 stages of the game are fun to play and a good story. But there's this 4th pretty boring stage that has an ending I personally didn't like. And then a postscript stage that is both too short, too easy, and a terrible way to end a game. I tried playing the two-player co-op version with my friend Rich in Arizona. So there's 2 Riches. Rich is the one who lives near me, and his friend Rich lives in Arizona. But I found it slow and pointless. I told Arizona Rich that I really enjoyed shooting games, and he suggested we play the original Gears of War because it's pretty cheap now. It's a well-known shooting game, and he said the co-op play is very good. I read some reviews and watched an IGN review of it, but was not too turned on. It seems to be fighting aliens with what looks like fantasy weapons. I have never been one for space or alien games, even when I was a kid, except for Contra, of course, if that counts. So it shows you that, besides Nintendo and Sega Genesis to a degree, he doesn't have, he didn't experience a ton of different types of genres, I guess. I heard Vampire Mike once describe an upcoming game as the perfect game, and I think Red Dead Redemption was that for me. I love pre-World War II American West and shooting games, and the graphics, characters, and weapons seem so well designed it will probably be difficult to want to play another title. But I'm going to play Gears of War with Arizona Rich when I visit him, and that may change my opinion. I think the perfect game he's referring to with me is Shadowrun Online. I've always wanted a Shadowrun game in the MMO universe, so that I'm really excited about. I kicked in like $120 on that. Anyhow, back to Rich's story. All that said, I don't play Red Dead Redemption too often. I'm working to beat the game a second time, but I play it less often and for shorter periods than I used to, despite it being an almost perfect game for me. I find the good feeling from playing a video game doesn't last long when you're finished, and there's not too much profit other than small thrills of playing. So I'm not investing too much time in it. The same goes for Civilization Revolution, which I previously mentioned I loved. I beat it about 4 to 6 weeks ago again, and predict I'll play it once every couple of months with thrill, but that's about it. Even though the graphics and stories and options are far superior to the gaming I had as a child, it doesn't hold my interest the way it used to, but it can be fun in small spurts at times. So, he's got a good point. To throw in my own 2 cents here, with me at least, with gaming, I'm just trying to click this tripod together, with gaming, I tend to find it, like I'm also playing it in small spurts. I do get some form of, excitement out of it, and it can be cathartic in ways, but it doesn't have what it used to as it did when I was a kid. So I totally get where he's coming from, and hopefully he will give me an update in the next month or so. Rich, let's go, get on it, buddy. And hopefully you guys like this. Let me know what you think, if you want me to keep continuing it. He was in a rut for a while. He wasn't having too much fun at one point, and he had said he didn't feel like playing anything at all. So I guess that explains the 6-month gap. But thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com. Be good.